Today is the fifth session of MySQL Revision 2, and I hope all the 4 sessions that we attended or completed must be very fine. If you have any doubts, try to interact with me anyway to find the solution. Now, today's objectives are creating table with the constraint. So basically the focus will be on the constraint. Now in that we'll cover not null constraint, then the default constraint, unique constraint, check constraint, primary key constraint and foreign key constraint. These all are the part of your syllabus. Today I'll cover all the constraint in detail. Now next point will be the inserting data into a table from other table that you'll also see. Then how to modify the data in a table and how to delete a data and altering a table. These are the objectives of today. Now let's see one by one. Now first constraint, before starting the not null constraint, I would like to tell you the constraint are the restrictions that you impose on a particular table to restrict the user to enter the right data. It means these are the validations that we impose on a table. Otherwise what will happen? Anyone can enter anything in the table and there is no meaning of the database. So that's why we have a constraint. And first constraint is not null. Though yesterday I talked about the null or not null as a keyword. Today I'll let you know how to create a not null constraint in a table. You all know to create a table command is create table. Table name, suppose a student is a table name. Then you start the bracket and first field, suppose admission number. That I want to create of integer kind, so I'll write int, so admission number space int, and then I want to make it not null. So simply I have to write not null, comma. It means if you want to create a field as a not null, or if you want to apply not null constraint on a particular field, then the command is field name followed by the data type and size depend on the data type and the not null keyword followed by comma. Second field, suppose name, also I want name and it's a char. Suppose size is 30 and I want this would be a null. People may enter, may not enter. Then simply you write the null. It means how to create null and not null. Though in SQL or MySQL by default every field is null except the primary field. So if you're not mentioning any constraint after the data type, at the time of declaration of that field, it will be automatically null. So don't bother about the null, bother about the not null. I hope the not null constraint is fine. Now come to the next constraint, that's a default constraint. Now to create a default constraint, first we have to understand what the meaning of default constraint. Default constraint is a kind of constraint which will allow or which automatically entered a value, default value in the field where the default constraint has been applied. For example, in the marks table, marks column of a table student, I want the default marks would be 0. It means if I not entered any marks or hasn't entered any mark, then automatically the marks would be 0. For that, I have to use marks, then int is a data type, and simply I have to write default. Default is a keyword or a constraint and 30 or 0 whatever you want. Default 0, comma. It means if the user will miss to enter or hasn't entered the data into the marks column of the table student, then by default the marks will be 0. You haven't need to bother about it. And that is what the default constraint. So default constraint simply assign the default value that you mention at the time of declaration of that field. Third is unique constraint. Now unique constraint is a constraint we simply make that field as unique. It means if a field you created in a table as unique, it will not allow you to enter the repeated data in that field. But mind it may allow you to enter the null value because null and value are also unique. So unique constraint is a constraint which allows to enter the unique or only allow us to enter the unique value in that field. How to create the unique? Just see. For example, phone number. Phone I want it should be unique. So phone or phone number or mobile number, whatever you want, then int and then simply say unique. Now once you mention phone and data type and the unique keyword, it will not allow you to enter the same phone number for the two different persons. It means unique constraint always have a unique value, but you may enter a blank phone number, or you may just again avoid to enter the number in a phone, but not more than one, only in one record. That is what the unique constraint is. Now check constraint. Though check constraint is not part of the syllabus of MySQL, but in SQL it works, so it is not part of the syllabus, but I am going to cover it. Check constraint is a constraint which basically check the value at the time of entering by the user in a field. If it is not valid, it will simply ignore it. If it is again fulfilling the condition, then it will allow you to enter. Maybe situation may be, for example, salary as a field, and I want at the moment salary should be entered, it should be above 50,000. It means no circumstances user can enter the value less than 50,000 in the salary field. So salary int, and then you have to mention check salary greater than 50,000. Now once you applied such kind of constraint with the salary, it means salary will always be checked above than 50,000. If the value is above than 50,000, it will easily accept, otherwise it will ignore. And that is how the check constraint works. So field name, data type, then the check is a keyword or constant, then inside the bracket you have to put the column whose value you want to check and whatever condition you have. Now next is primary key, that you all must be knowing. Primary key is one of the universal constraint that always you use, and it's a constraint which never allow you to enter the duplicate value and null value in that field. And to create the primary key, for example, if I want admission number should be the primary, so after declaring the admission number as an int and not null, I have to simply write the primary key and then comma. Now by default primary key is not null. You may use the primary key and not null both constraint together, it's up to you, but by default primary key is also with the not null. It never allow you to enter the null value. And primary key is such constraint or validations which always allows to enter the unique value. And in a table only one primary key can exist. Primary key can be based on either one field or more than one field, that's up to you. Sometimes one field is not enough to be a primary. At that time we have to combine the more than one field as a primary key. I'll show you that also in my next session. And the foreign key. Foreign key is a constant which allows to make a relation between the two tables. To create a foreign key, one way is you can just create the foreign key at the time of creation of that table, and second is by the alter key you can create it. For example, but mind it, before creating the foreign key, you have to think about that field should exist as a primary key in the other table. It means I have need of a two table. One is a primary table and another is a secondary table where you are trying to create the foreign key. Suppose my student is a secondary table, or you may consider it as a primary, it's up to you. If you consider this as a primary key where admission number is a field with which you want to make a link as a foreign key, then just let the student should be as a primary, and I am creating another field called marks table as a marks. So create table marks, then bracket start, and I want this admission number should be as in foreign key here, and it's already in the student table, as you can see, is a primary key. Then I have to mention the field name, admission number, data type. In the both tables should be seen. This is a prime again requirement to make a field as a foreign key. So admission number int was early, we have to declare the same admission number int here, and then you just again put the comma, and then next in next field you say foreign key, FOREIGN, foreign key. Then field name that you want to make as a foreign key, admission number. Then you have to mention the references primary table name, in our example it is a student, and then you have to mention the again field name, that is admission number. Bracket close, or if you don't want to create another field, just close the bracket and put the semicolon. It means in marks table I made admission number as a foreign key, which was in the student table as a primary key, and at the time of entering the data, you have to make sure the data that you are trying to enter in this admission number of the marks should already exist in the student table admission number. Otherwise, it will not allow. You may enter the same value again and again in the case of admission number of the marks because it's a foreign key, but it should exist first in the admission number in the student table. I hope foreign key is also again digestible to you. If it's not, then we'll again continue in the next session. But foreign key is a constant which is non-primary key in a table linked with the primary key of the table, and to link the two tables we have need of a foreign key. Then the next point is inserting data into a table from other table. You already seen the command how to insert the data in a table. That's easy. Insert into table name. Then the values, and each value is separated by comma. If the value is in textual form or values are in the text form, then put in the quotes, otherwise without quotation mark. This is how to insert a data into a table. Now today I'll show you how to insert a data in a table from other table. Let's see. Now you have to write the command insert. As you all know, insert is a DML command which helps us to insert the data into the table. Insert into and table name. For example, I'm entering the data into the marks. Insert into marks, and then you just write the select command. Select a star from the table from where you want to insert it. Suppose a student. Now in this case, what I am trying to do, insert command help us to insert. Insert into is a clause by which you can insert the data. Then the table name where you want to insert the data, and which table you are inserting, that is a student here. That's why I use select a star from a student. It means all the data of the student will be entered directly into the mark without entering. That is how to insert the data from a table into a table. Now next command or topic is modifying data in a table. It means again we are talking about DML statement. DML command. Now to modify data we have a command called update. As you all know, update command is there. So simply write update and table name. Suppose I want to update the data of a student table. So command will be update student. Then next command will be set. Suppose marks I want to change. So set marks equal to marks plus 5, where admission number equal to 1001. This command will update the marks of only the student whose admission number is 1001 by 5. It means if his early marks was 50, then it will now be 55. If you want the marks of every student will be updated by 5, that may be a circumstances, then the command will be simply update a student, set marks equal to marks plus 5 and a semicolon. If you want the salary should be hiked by 10% of all employees, then command will be update employee is the table name. For example, set salary equal to salary plus salary star 10 by 100 semicolon. Now update command is the same. Set salary means I am trying to set the salary, whatever the salary currently is, plus 10% of the salary. So as simply you can write salary star 10 by 100. It will hike the salary by 10% for all employees. But if you selected again department employee is supposed to be hiked by 10%. Then together you have to write where department equal to suppose computer. It means only the computer department employee will get the salary hike by 10%. So this is how to update the marks or data of a table. Next command is deleting data from a table. Now to delete a data, we have to write the delete command, that is again the part of your DML command. Delete from table name. Suppose a student. Delete from a student. Now this delete from a student command will delete all data from a student table. But if you want to delete a particular record, then the command will be delete from a student where admission number equal to 1001. Since admission number integer, so no need to put in the quotes. This command will delete only the record from the student table where the admission number is 1001. This is how to delete a particular record. This is how to delete